Oh, it's John Blacksuit Chemist. Still on the Pastafarian rules. Where are we at here? Be brave, strong, stand up for what's right. Never take someone's right to pursue happiness. That's like classism, racism, all that kind of crap. A Pastafarian never covers up bad things to protect the image of a person or an organization. And I went over this in the last thing about Catholic priests, how they'll protect the pedophile, because they care about that. Oh, I don't want to besmirch my organization. Yeah, and then they hide the pedophile, let them pedophile all over the place again in another area. But if they didn't want to besmirch their organization, they would arrest the pedophile and get him out of the priesthood, right? That's what God wants. So why wouldn't they do it if they believe in God? But whatever. Never worship God. Okay, it's not a sin to worship God. I mean, if you pray to God, or that's on you, man. You can do that. Nobody's saying, no one's putting you down for it. You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to answer your prayers. Okay, I mean, he's not. Okay, once in every 1,000 years, maybe he'll answer someone's prayer. That's it. He answers nobody's prayers. He doesn't do that. Okay. When I make an ant farm and I put the ants in those 2 pieces of glass, I don't, that's it. That's it. I just watch them from then on, man. I want them to do good. I don't want them to, whatever, but that's it. I put you into your, I gave you a world to live in and you're ants, okay? So I don't need ants to worship me, okay? And God doesn't need you as a human to worship him, okay? He loves you whether you worship him or not, okay? He don't even care about that at all. As a matter of fact, he kind of looks down on it. But like I said, he's not going to judge you and say, oh, that's a bad person, that's for sure. But when he sees someone worshiping him or praying to him, all he sees is a person that is just wasting their time. They're not doing anything. What God really wants you to do is, instead of worshiping people, he wants you to help people. Right? So if you worship 3 hours a week, okay, right? You go to church or this or that, and you pray and read the Bible 3 hours a week, let's say. He don't want you to do that, okay? What he wants to do is, that 3 hours, he's looking at you like, for 3 hours, you could have been out helping some guy that was starving to death to eat some food, or, help somebody, even if it wasn't a down on the luck guy, it was just your family member, your kid. You could have done 3 hours playing with your kids. You know what I mean? Making their lives happier so that they can be more successful for the family unit and the society in general. Okay, that's what he wants. He doesn't want you to spend 3 hours on your knees beside the bed praying when you have 3 kids in the other room that and they're all praying too. No, get up and play a board game. Go outside, just hang out with your kids. That alone, even if you're not going out helping, underprivileged people, or just helping, just being with your kids, just your family unit in itself, your sisters, your mothers, whatever's. He would rather you do that. That's what he wants. He doesn't want you on your knees praying to him. He don't need anything from you. You are nothing compared to him, okay? So he don't need an ant to get on their knees and pray to him, okay? He made you because he wants the world to be great and good, not to be slaverish. He wants you to 3 hours every week that I want you to think about it, man. The money that the Catholics and the Christians and that they just collect up like a vacuum cleaner. Where does that money all go, man? The Vatican City, okay, which is basically a country run by the Catholics, right? They got enough gold and money, the Catholic Church, to wipe out poverty. There would be no poverty if they just gave up their gold that they, they're just sitting there. They're not even using the gold and the money and all the stuff that they have. It's just sitting there, okay? And they say that this is for God. Yeah, God wants all that gold. Well, all of his children in the earth are a third of them are starving to death. Yeah, okay. Your God sucks, okay? Your Christian God sucks, okay? And then think about all the churches, all the temples and all the whatever else these other freaks call their churches and stuff that they worship in, God's home. Hey, God made the whole universe. This whole universe is his home, bitch. He don't need you, some ant building him a little fucking house when he lives in the universe. Yeah. But just think about it. If all the churches and all Vatican City and all the places that these religious people hoard these houses and these places there would be no homelessness. No homeless. Think about it. For serious, think about it. There would be no homelessness if they just gave up all their churches and all their synagogues and all their temples, all their Vatican cities. There would be no homelessness. There would be no hunger. There would be no poverty. Men, they have the ability right now to stop it. But does their God do that? No. Their God tells them that they want them to spend billions and trillions on all these churches and temples while while God's children are freaking freezing and starving outside. See, that's why I believe in the one true God, the Pastafarian God, the God that cares about his children starving in the streets and living in poverty, while the Christians and the Jews and the whatevers, and I don't mean just regular citizens. I'm talking the organization, the Christian organization, and the pastors and that the people that collect the money. They got to have money for God. God created the entire universe, but he's broke all the time. Well, why is God always broke that he needs money so much from the Christians and the Jews and the Muslims and this and that? Money. Pastafarian religion is against tithing. It's up there above the top. It's a sin to ask to tithe, okay, and to build churches and temples, and it's okay to build a church or temple if you want. That's fine. But if there's one homeless person in your country, then you're sinning. You're committing a sin by building a temple, a church to God, to someone who doesn't live. Come on. You are a horrible person if you do that, where you see homeless, starving people and you hoard your gold and and I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about organizations, the whole, your pastor, your priest, your pope, they hoard this gold and money and property. They can just get rid of poverty and all this stuff, but they don't want to do it. And what is this? And just think about it. Just this alone, okay? I want you to think about this. If every Christian in the United States took the energy that they took on trying to stamp out people swearing, basically using synonyms, right? Because shit and poop, they're synonyms. They mean the exact same thing, okay? But they want you to, just like the woke people have their pronouns, Christians have their synonyms. And if you don't say their synonyms, they'll go. Just like if you don't do the pronouns for the woke, no. And they want you to disavow reality with the woke people with their pronouns, just like the Christians. Two synonyms are the same exact word, but they want you to disregard that reality. They have their own reality. And if you don't accept their reality, you're a piece of garbage. You are a piece of garbage. You are a piece of garbage. But I lost my train of thought where I was talking about. Let's see what time I got. So I lost my train of thought. Let me see where I was at on here at least. But yeah, never worship God. Like I said, it's not really a sin, but God is not looking at you like you're doing a good thing. You're definitely not doing a good thing. You're not helping society with your prayers, with your worshiping. Yeah, you're not helping nobody. Helping people. That's what. See, the Christian helping someone and worshiping God, they're the same thing. See, worshiping God isn't getting on your hands and knees and saying, "Oh God, you're so great. Oh, you're the greatest person." He knows he's great, motherfucker. He's God. You don't need your fucking goddamn on your knees fucking doing that shit. What he needs you to do is help people, to be a good person. And your neighbor walks out and you're like, "Hey, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor." You know, someone's trying to pick up something heavy, you go walk over, maybe they can help you, man, not, that's how you worship. That's literally, in the Pastafarian religion, that is literally the definition of worship, okay? So if you want to worship God in the Pastafarian religion, getting on your hands and knees, that doesn't count. Praying, worshiping, none of that counts, okay? The only way you can worship God is when you're helping someone else. Like if I'm at the place where they give out free food for the homeless or whatever, and I'm dipping up my food, here's some soup, here's some soup, here's some soup. And the next guy is, here's some meat, here's some meat, here's some meat, whatever. That's literally the definition. Now I am worshiping God. I am worshiping God. And how do you worship God? You help his children, okay? How do you worship God? You help his children, all right? Who's his children? All of us, all the humans. Yeah, all those pieces of garbage humans. Yeah, they're his kids. Yes. I hate to talk crap on his kids, but his kids suck, okay? But if they would follow these rules, if everyone would follow these Pastafarian rules from the one true God, the Pastafarian God, then everything would be cool, okay? Okay, so let's get on to the next whatever. I think I'm running out of time here, though, unfortunately. He wants to help. And like I said, the churches, he doesn't want you to have churches, man. He don't want you to have that. If you want to meet somewhere, first of all, he wants small organizations, You got a little neighborhood or block, you know what I mean? Have your neighbors hang out, Where do you hang out at if you can't go to church? You hang out in your backyard. You hang out under the street or whatever, block off if you're on a cul-de-sac or something, And then these smaller communities, right, of the Pastafarian religion, they get together maybe once a week, and they maybe have a very small sermon about the roles, and then the rest of the time it's just it should be like a cookout. That's how church should be. It should be a cookout where you don't pay to build a building for it, like a church or anything like that, or you go to a place where it's free, like a park or something like that, and you have small groups that they're there to hang out with each other basically, and then while they're hanging out, you might have some people, hey, I saw some homeless people over on 2nd Street on whatever, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we could take some food over one, and then the other guy says, yeah, I could do that. Maybe I could make this. And the other guy says, maybe I can make this. Then they go do that. And maybe next week, they don't do anything. They just hang out, But it's supposed to be that type of thing, okay? And then maybe once a month, you get these small groups, right? And they maybe go to a park or maybe even rent a place that's enough to, big enough for all of them to meet and have one meeting. But the thing should be like cookouts or, where you're hanging out most of the time, and then somewhere in there you get some charity work going, or just interconnecting with other humans, man. And oh, jeez.